So, dangal greetings, Sir Janus. So, pag-usapan naman po natin itong login system. So, na-type ko naman po na kanina. So, i-highlights ko na lang. So, for this, login system, captures users, credential, username, and password po. Bakit nga po ba tayo naglagay ng BTN login and BTN sign up? So, BTN login po is used to authenticate users. Then, yung BTN sign up naman po switches to the sign up form. Then, ito naman pong etong users registration po system. So, proceed naman po tayo dito sa users registration system. Users can create po account with username, email, password, and user type. Then, the user type po, user type po, like student, librarian, administrator, determines po siya their role to the system, in the system, yeah. And then, BTN register naman po, stores the new, to the new user account. Then, proceed naman po tayo dito sa librarian panel. Yes. Ayan, hina-highlight ko pa po kasi. So, librarian, naman po tayo, panel. So, librarian panel nga po can add books to the system. Like TXT ISBN, tapos then TXT book title and TXT author for for capture book details. Then BTN add book stores the new book into the database. Then ito naman po tayo sa student books search system. So, ayan na po, in-highlight ko na ang student book search system. So, student can search books using ISBN, category, title, or author. Then, BTN search po, filters to book records. Then, BTN show all for display all books naman po. Then, proceed naman po tayo dito sa books records table. So, ayan nga guys. Hindi ko pala nasama to. Itong highlights kong to. So, kasama po yan sa student books search system yan. Yung sinasabi ko kanina na display to all books. Yes. Then, proceed na po tayo dito sa book record table. Highlight lang po natin. So, dito naman po tayo sa book records. So, displays book, data dynamically to, gumamit po kami doon ng T-body ID, TB books, to JavaScript fields with the book details. Then, dito naman po tayo sa administrator panel. So, ito na nga po, admin monitors transactions. The table shows who borrowed which book, and admin can update the book status. So, administrator panel naman po, para po yung admin, ma-monitor niya po yung transaction. Then, the table po shows who borrowed which books.
So, for code block for data analyzation, yung jQuery analyzation, yung sa $sign document.ready function na ini-ensure niya kung yung script ay nag-run only after the HTML document. Fully loaded na ito. Sa variable declaration naman, gumamit kami ng user count, login, user index, book count, transaction count, user array, book array, transaction array, and log username. Sa user data initialization naman sa local storage, check na tayo if yung user count is nag-exist sa local storage. Tapos, kung may mga gumagamit, kukunin ko sila mula sa local storage. Gagawin ko sila user object, tapos ilalagay ko sila sa user array. Sa book data initialization naman, check niya yung book count kung nag-exist at nahanap na kung ano yung nawawala. Tapos yung nasa else naman, yung refresh book data, ginagamit yung para mag-load sa book data. Sa transaction data initialization naman, yung sa transaction count, check niya if yung transaction count is nag-exist. Tapos yung sa else naman, yung refresh transaction data para makita yung transaction data mo. Sa function load transaction naman, from local storage, binabasa ko yung mga transactions mula sa local storage, tapos ginagawa ko silang transaction objects, tapos ilalagay ko sila sa transactions array. Tapos ganun din naman sa load books from local storage, binabasa nito yung libro mula sa local storage, tapos gagawin itong book object, tapos ilalagay siya sa book array. Doon naman sa button event listener sa jQuery, yung button sign up, mag-show siya ng sign up pagka na-click mo na siya. Then sa may cancel sign up naman, sa button cancel naman, lalabas din yung cancel sign up, tsaka babalik siya sa login screen. Doon naman sa may user registration event listener, sa may let button register, kinukul niya yung register kapag napindot mo na yung button register. Doon naman sa user registration function, sa may yung function register if validate form, kukunin ito yung values mula sa form at gagawin ito yung user na object, sisave sa user data sa local storage, then i-update yung user count, tapos i-clear yung input fields, pabalik sa login screen, tapos i-reload yung page. Sa form validation function naman, yung sa may function validation form, chine-check niya if yung username field is empty, or chine-check niya if verify yung username na kung nag-exist na ba ito. Yung sa may cons email regex document get element by ID, yung pinabalidate nito if yung email format is using regular expression, like yung mga small letter, small tsaka big caps na letters tsaka numbers na yan. Yun sa cons password naman, document get element by ID, sinisigurado niya if yung password field is hindi empty or wala laman. Sa cons verify document at get element by ID naman, chine-check niya if yung password is nag-match yung sa unang password na ginawa mo. And
Yung food lock na to is para sa login function. Tinatawag niya yung login check function. So titignan yung kukunin yung value ng username tsaka ng password. Tapos i-check siya sa loop kung tignan niya kung existing yung username at kung magmamatch din yung password dun sa existing username dun sa user array. And then once na nakapag-login siya, naging success, kukunin natin yung username tapos isi-save natin kasi para yun yung maging nakalagin na current user. And then i-display natin kung anong UI dapat ang makikita nila, kung sila ay student or librarian or sa administrator. Ang next naman natin is yung sa ano naman, yung code block naman for adding records. Muna kinukuha lang natin yung itong document.gdrmid at book, tapos mag-add tayo na event listener na tinatawag itong add book function. So kinukuha lang natin lahat ng text fields na ano, tapos ang ginagawa natin is kine-check lang din natin sila kung empty sila once na sinubmit. Tapos yun na, gumagawa tayo ng object na books every time na mag-add tayo. Tapos i-append na lang, ipupush na lang natin yan dun sa array. At saka before natin i-push sa array, iaano muna natin siya sa local storage. Gumagawa tayo ng ibang object kasi hindi pwedeng mag local storage ng class, hindi nila nakukuha yung methods. Kaya ang kinukuha na natin is yung data dun sa bago object. Tapos yun lastly, yung display box na function para tawagin yung ano, para mag-display na yung buong array ng books ulit. Yun lang.
Meetings po. My name po is Neljan Quinto. Tinype ko po muna bago ko i-explain. Sa function display box, kinukuha po ang table element na may ID na TBL box. Kung may laman po ang book array, tatawagin po ang display book contents para i-display ang bawat box. Sa function display content, sa function display content naman po, display book content, nilalagay po siya ng bawat book sa table bilang isang row. Nag-a-add po siya ng mga table cell para sa bawat property ng book. Sa ISBN cell naman po, gumagawa po siya ng key element para sa ISBN number. Nilalagay din po siya ng input field para ma-edit ito and naka-hide by default. Sa category cell, gumagawa po siya ng fee element para ipakita ang category ng book. And gumagawa rin po siya ng select drop down na may option gaya ng fantasy, sci-fi. Naka-hide ang select by default pero lalabas ito kapag inedit ang book. Sa title cell, author cell, and quantity cell, parehas po ang process sa ISBN. May fee para sa display and input naman po para sa editing. Sa availability cell naman po, ilalagay niya po sa fee ang availability status ng book, available o unreturned. Kung unable naman po, nag-a-add po siya ng class na unreturned. Kung available naman po, nag-a-add po siya ng class na return.
Greetings po, Sir Janus. My name is Franji Delmar from 2ITC. I'm going to explain the line 541 to 632. This JavaScript code manages a library system allowing students to borrow and return books while enabling administrator to edit or delete records. The display button student function determines whether a borrow or return button should be shown based on transaction history. The toggle input function enables a disabled editing field, while book save validates input before updating and storing books detail in local storage. The book delete function removes book, update records, and refreshes the display. Overall, the script ensures efficient book management by enforcing borrowing rules and providing administrators with tools to maintain the catalog.
I'll explain this part of the code. So, mag-uumpisa tayo sa borrow index function. So, chinecheck nito yung availability ng book before allowing the user to borrow. So, if available naman, it creates a new transaction and it also stores the transaction details in the local storage. And it also updates the book's quantity and marks it as unavailable if the last copy is taken. In-update din ito ang display ng book list and transaction, and also if the book is unavailable, an alert notifies the user. So next is the return book index, the t-index. So, yung function na to, nag-create siya ng bagong transaction to mark a book as returned. It updates both transaction and book information in local storage, and it also increases the book quantity. And it also sets the status to available if at least one copy is present. Then it refreshes the display books and transactions. So next naman is displays transactions. So yung function na to is it dynamically generates and populates an HTML table with transaction records. And it also iterates through transaction array, displaying transaction details such as ID, username, book title, action, borrowing, returning, and status, unreturned, and returned. So, if login user is an admin, additional controls for editing or deleting transactions are also included. So, the next one is display admin buttons index. So, this function creates button for editing, saving, deleting transactions, and also the admin users can modify the transaction details using drop-downs for book titles, usernames, action, and statuses. Editing transactions, toggle transaction buttons, index. So, I will explain this. Una natin na-explain is yung toggle transaction buttons index. Hides or show relevant UI elements when editing a transaction. And next one is edit transaction index. So this one enables edit mode by toggling input fields. So next one is save transaction index. So this function saves the edited transaction data and updates local storage. So the next one is deleting transactions. Delete transaction index. So yung function nito is to remove a transaction from transaction array, and it also updates the transaction account in local storage, and it also refreshes the displayed transaction list. So that's all.
First, I will type all of the code and explain it later by highlighting it.
This JavaScript code handles book searching and filtering using both JavaScript and jQuery. btn search click event. When the search button is clicked, it calls the search function. Show all books button, name btn show all. Clicking this button display all books. Search type selection, CBO search change event. If category is selected, it hides the text input, txt search, and shows a category dropdown, CBO cat search. Otherwise, it shows the text input for other search types. Category dropdown change event, CBO cat search. When the category dropdown changes, it triggers a search. Search and display logic. Main search function. Retrieves the user input and search type, then calls display book search. Displaying books based on search criteria. clears the book table, TBL books, before displaying new results. Loops through book array to find books that match the search query based on category, ISBN, title, or author. If a match is found, it displays the book using display book contents index.
First, I will type all of the code and explain it later by highlighting it.
These CSS files styles buttons, login forms, records, and tables for a book management system. First one is button style. BTN styles buttons with padding, font size, and a blue background. Next one is BTN highlight. It's a variation with a darker blue background. Then a TD button styles button inside table cells with rounded corner and a lighter blue color. Next one is user and login styling. User uses Flexbox to arrange items in a column. And logout button is positioned to the right with reduced width. H2 inside that user has extra padding for spacing. Next is login from styling. Uses Flexbox for center alignment. Includes shadow effects, a fixed width, 25% and spacious padding. Inputs, labels, and select elements are styled for readability. Next is record form styling. Labels and inputs match the font style of the login form. Buttons inside records have a smaller width, 20%. Next one is table styling. Full width tables with solid borders and rounded corners. Table headers have a dark background with white text. Table cells have consistent padding and a slightly darker border. The last one is book status labels. Returned has a green background indicating a returned book. Unreturned has a red background
Greetings
signaling
everyone,
overdue.
my name is Shantian Maritana and i-explain ko po yung class book. So first, naglagay po muna ako ng class book, which is dito po natin ilalagay yung private fields na hashtag ISBN, hashtag title, hashtag author, and hashtag category, hashtag status, hashtag quantity. Then next, naglalagay na po ako ng structure method which is naka-initialize yung new book object. Nalagay lang po ng ISBN, title, author, category, status, and quantity. Next is lalagay ko na po siya sa this dot hashtags ISBN is equals to ISBN. This dot hashtag title is equals to title. This dot hashtag author is equals to author. Then next is this dot category, this dot status is equals to category, this dot quantity is equals to quantity. Then next is yung getter and methods po nila. So una gagawin ko po is yung getter, get ISBN, then lalagay ko po yung list, return list ISBN, that's hashtag ISBN. Next is get title, then return return this dot hashtag title. Next is get author, then return this at hashtag author. Then next is get category, return this dot hashtag category. Next is get status, return this. Get status, return this dot hashtag status. Then next is set. Yung setter niya naman po yung ilalagay ko. So set ISBN, and sa loob nun is yung ISBN. Then this dot hashtag ISBN is equals to ISBN. Then we get set dot title. Then sa loob ng parameters title. Then this dot hashtag title is equals to title. Next is set author. Then sa loob ng parameter is author. Then this dot title is equals to author. Then next is set category. Then category is that hashtag category is equals to category. Semicolon set quantity, then this quantity this that hashtag quantity is equals to quantity, semicolon, then we set status, then
Greetings
this that
everyone.
hashtag.
I'm Limar Nilmatra and explain ko po itong transaction.js. Itong JavaScript na class of transaction po, ito ay ginagamit para mag-manage ng book transaction sa isang library system. Meron po 5 private fields na tulad ng transaction ID, borrow username, book title, action, and status. Meron naman po itong constructor na transaction ID, borrow username, book title, action, at status. Ang private fields ay hindi maaaring i-access direct mula sa labas ng class para masiguradong secure ang data. Kapag gumamit ng bagong transaction, automatic po itong i-initialize ng values gamit po yung constructor. Upang makuha po ang data ng transaction, gumamit po kami ng getter methods tulad ng get transaction ID, get username, get title. Upang makuha ang data transaction, gumamit ito ng getter methods tulad ng transaction ID, get username, at get status. Hindi po pwedeng i-update direct ang private fields kaya gumamit kami ng setter methods tulad ng set status, set username, at set actions. Sa pamamagitan pa ng ganitong class, madali po tayong makagawa ng maramihang transactions nang hindi nagkakagulo ang data. Dahil sa structured po at reusable ang class, magiging mas madali po ang pag-manage ng book transactions sa system. Yun lamang po.
This user, this is creates the blueprint for users every time we initiate a new user. So this is hashtag area classification. So the hashtag symbols makes the properties private, meaning they cannot be accessed directly outside the class. So constructor, itong nasa loob ng column, which is the classification, username, email, password. This constructor accepts the parameters, and this classification, it is assigned those values to the private fields. So let's proceed the get methods. So the get methods is these getters methods allow to controls to access the private data, and they return to the values of the respective properties. Which, for examples, classification return to the classification, which is the admins. So the username return to the username, which is, for example, my name. Ako yung user. So let's proceed to the set classification. The setter. So this setter is methods to allow control update to private properties. That's all po.